Escape the dungeon!
Hello, everybody. This is Escape the Dungeon, the podcast where we ask you to join us as we explore the world beyond the world's oldest role-playing game. My name is Mike Cripps, and I will be your host and game master, and I am joined by three stellar players. Zach Brass.
That's me.
Dom Brass.
Yo, what's going on?
And Nate Brass.
Not too much. What's going on with you?
Each season, we will be playing a different tabletop role-playing game. This season, we are playing Scum and Villainy, a Forged in the Dark game published by Evil Hat Productions. And I feel like I need to relitigate something and defend myself.
Do it, you coward.
There was some controversy in last week's episode.
Oh, was it about the rule you forgot to tell us about?
About a rule that I graciously reminded you of 38 episodes into our podcast.
Yeah, whatever you say.
Yeah, whatever you want to claim that.
Because that is a rule you all should have known from the beginning, because you should have read the damn rule book.
That's bullshit.
Look, I just want to make it very clear. You and everyone else out there knows
that you don't know how to read. I know.
It's so hard.
And I think that is brave of you to admit, Zach, that you are in fact illiterate.
Ooh. No, but to get the most authentic experience, it made sense not to read. Like, I skimmed, but like, you know.
Like, yeah, look, everybody knows your GM's just supposed to correct you until you figure it out.
Do the three of you have no shame?
Yeah, like, what do you want is like constantly pointing out when you're wrong? That's no fun.
Yes, I do want you to point that out. Do the three of you have no shame? You feel no responsibility to know the rules of the game that you're playing, to pick up the book before you start and look through it?
I look through all of the character options.
I bet none of you even know the name of the person who made the game.
I do.
Dude, shut up.
Does his first name begin with an M?
No.
You shouldn't even have to ask, Zach. I should be able to ask you to name any single person on the credits. I should be able to ask you the ISBN number.
I don't even know the names of some of my favorite songs.
Yeah, no, I feel confident in saying that I'm not expected to know those things. The name of the one guy, maybe I feel a little self-conscious there, but all the other people in the credits, it's like, come on, dude. Like, what, am I going to memorize it? Like,
look, I can wholeheartedly say I don't know the name of a single person that's ever written any tabletop game.
Anything? You can't name a single person who's ever
Never.
written anything.
I actually don't believe in books. I think they're fictional. They're like birds. They're a conspiracy of the government. Books aren't real.
Books. Those are like tablets, but you open them, right?
Oh, Nate, you're so Gen Z. But it got me thinking. It's become clear that the three of you are putting in the bare minimum amount of effort to keep this podcast going, and that's fine. That's fine. I accept that. I understand. My question for you is what is the thing in your life that you put the least effort into?
I feel like my answer right now is really sad. I feel like it's like I've just been like lately dating. You know, it's just I just stopped putting in effort, and then I stopped going on dates because it was like, whoa, if I'm not doing all the effort, this isn't fun anymore. Turns out I'm great at planning dates when I care.
I have like a required quota, so I can say I'm trying.
What is your quota?
Oh, it's just that I have to go on at least dates with 3 different people a year. It's not a high quota, but
Oh yeah, that's reasonable.
I'm like, oh yeah, no, just like, do something. Don't be a complete shut-in.
But like, even if you go on the dates, I'm thinking of like the effort on the day of just like, I just stopped caring for a bit there. And then I was like, why am I doing this? I'm just wasting my money.
Yeah, sometimes that's true.
I mean, I've done that with friendships, which is also depressing to say, but like, or you don't keep in touch and, maybe once in a while you actually do text the other person and then they don't text back. And it's like, okay, I guess we're not really friends anymore.
Yeah.
This is fun opening banter, huh?
I mean,
Yeah,
honestly, I'm pretty good at friendships.
I'm like a really good friend. No, I mean, sometimes you just don't talk to someone for a while, but it's like, hopefully if you can go back, but it kind of just depends on what kind of a relationship you had, like how long did you know this person over, and have you revisited this person since, if it's like a small period?
Yeah, guys, keep going into the darker parts of
Yeah,
the
you're right. That's
I gave you guys the out, and then you're just like, no, but I really wanted to point out this sad fact.
Sorry, no, it's my bad. I just wanted to contribute. Okay,
You know what I genuinely put like as least possible amount of energy into? It's honestly like grocery shopping. Like I hate going grocery shopping. I will never like compare brands or prices or check for deals. I just want to like finish it as soon as possible. So I'm just like, okay, this, that. And then
That
I'm
is
done.
not me. I love to just like go to the grocery store. I go to the grocery store first off multiple times a week. And because I'm a fresh produce guy and I don't want to buy a bunch and not use it. So I just buy it like enough for a few days.
That is the move.
And I just, sometimes I just wander around the produce section. I'm like, what am I going to eat this week? Or like, the meat section. I'm just like, ooh, any good deals? In fact, anytime I go into a grocery store, even if I don't need any meat, I'm going to check out the meat just to see if they got any good deals,
Seriously, every time. That's like the best
single
part.
Time.
That's like why you go to the Even sometimes I'm like, I don't want to fucking cook some weird, like, whatever. But if you see something that's like, but dude, that's a good deal, man. And I've always wanted to have whatever.
I don't know. I think that's a you thing, Dom.
No, I totally do that too.
I've never wanted to cook this, but that's cheap. That sounds like the Dom grocery store way.
For sure. Like a little bit.
Well, there's a deal, so I guess I have to eat it.
I feel like if I were better at cooking, I'd put more effort into grocery shopping. And so maybe that becomes like a cyclical thing where like I don't have good ingredients. So the stuff I make isn't that good. So I don't want to waste more time buying good ingredients. But it's hard to be like, this eggplant parm I made is mediocre. Time to spend more effort on this.
Really, I feel like that's the fun of cooking, is like you kind of get something the first time and you're just like, okay, but what if I add this one spice to it or this one ingredient, and you just lightly tweak the formula till you're like, no, I got it.
You know what I would like to slightly tweak is this podcast.
Oh, new member. I'm getting kicked out. Shit. I knew it.
I thought you were going to say your nipples.
Welcome to the Procyon sector. Our favorite heroes, Crash, Cypher, and Glorpheus, have expertly extracted their latest bounty. After barely surviving a run-in with the deadly Scarlet Wolves, the mineral merchant Miranda has been rescued. Now the only thing left to do is return them to their patron, Pyro Lock, to collect his payment and secure the means of production for Conclave 01 to mass-produce Urbot bodies. And then, of course, downtime. But will our heroes be able to truly relax with so much on the horizon? The pirates of the Maelstrom still expect payment to make things square with the Banshee. The Agony still lurk in the shadows, expecting to be brought to the light in a new world. And the Guild of Engineers lies in wait, holding the third key, the Cult of the Seekers seek. So begins the first chapter of the final book of the Phoenix 13. So, you guys may have noticed in my little intro there, I said that this is the first chapter of the final book of our Scum and Villainy adventure.
Yeah, I have questions.
The first part of the first chapter, which is 3 parts, and then we get to the second chapter, which is actually a whole season.
Yeah, right. Oh my god.
We'll just have to wait and see how it goes, but we are entering the end game of our Scum and Villainy campaign.
No.
And I think I may have touched on this in a previous episode, but there is some structure for how this works in the rulebook. And that's that once you have 3 status with a faction, they kind of are supposed to invite you to do a final job with them. I'm speeding things up a little bit. We've already discussed that I've sort of increased the speed at which I'm giving you status with factions. And rather than having to wait until after you reach 3 status with them, I think narratively it makes sense for this campaign to conclude with the job that will earn you that 3rd status with them. And that faction is, of course, the Cult of the Seekers. That job is getting the final key from the Guild of Engineers. And in order to do that, or before you wanted to do that, Cypher wanted to help the Conclave 01 out with their Urbot construction project. And now you are almost done with that. And so the way I see it is there's really just one job left for you guys to do. I mean, unless you want to swerve me without talking about it beforehand and decide you want to do something else totally random, I guess I won't stop you.
Fuck you, Mike. We're doing 6 more jobs.
And a movie.
So here's what happens as we get into our game is you return to the Phoenix 13. You've got Miranda Kazura, the mineral merchant, with you. You're all pretty badly banged up, but you hop aboard the Phoenix 13. You are able to fly away from the planet Shemaya and jump through a couple of gates to get to the Iota system and return to the factory, spaceport, space station of this merchant Pyrolock. And when you arrive, Pyrolock is waiting for you. He is dressed well. He, is clean and confident and suave looking. And as you escort Miranda off the ship, he takes her and makes sure that she's ushered off to safety. And he just gives you an appreciative nod. And he says, well, you've held up your end of the bargain. What more could you ask for from a group of bounty hunters? Thank you.
Yeah, it was nothing. I only lost my eye, but, aside from that...
Yes, I do see that. That looks incredibly painful.
Actually, the laser cauterized most of the nerves in a way, burnt the shit out of them. I honestly can't feel much of a thing.
We also gave him a lot of drugs on the ship.
Well, you have kept up your end of the deal, and of course that means that I will hold up my end of the deal as well. You are free to use my manufacturing capabilities for whatever means you may need. I don't need to know any details.
Oh, hell yeah. We can build our robot army now.
La la la, I'm not listening. He puts his hands in his ears. And furthermore, I will, for all your hard work and maybe to help out with some of the repairs and recovery that I'm sure you're going to need after a job as strenuous as that appears to have been, I will forward you a small bonus as well. Let's say 8 credits.
Oh, that sounds wonderful.
Yeah, no, 8 credits works good.
Fantastic, gentlemen. I do appreciate the work. I will say I do think this concludes the nature of our relationship for now. You are free to come and go as you please and use my production resources, but I think for discretionary purposes, I must say goodbye and wish you good luck with your future endeavors.
Yeah, cool.
All right,
Very
well, it's been a pleasure
respectable.
meeting you. If you ever need anyone else captured or, hunted or anything, you know where
Or
to get a hold of us.
saved. We saved a person this time. We're pretty, we can do that. So,
Saving is just a form of capturing, is it not?
it is, and
Yeah.
Okay, never mind. Sure. Let's look at it that way. Very optimistic outlook on our cool.
Sometimes you capture people with handcuffs. Sometimes you capture them with love.
And so with that, we will move into what is likely to be the final downtime of the campaign. So guys, really think carefully about what you want to do and what you want to try to accomplish before the last job. But before we get to your downtime activities, let's of course go through the different steps. First up is payoff and upkeep. So you've got 8 creds. Before we get to the actual upkeep cost, let's talk about what you promised to the Banshee. Half of the credits that you earned on this job.
So I was thinking we pay her 2. And we tell her that I lost an eye and we promise to get her back next time, and maybe she won't be super pissed.
Is that a good idea?
Yeah, it works for me.
I think it's probably our best bet. I mean, we really need some of those creds. We don't have... Well, we have some. But look, this is our last, opportunity before the big one. So we really need a little bit of... And I lost an eye, and so that might be expensive.
Okay, Captain, look, you know her better, so I defer to you here. But I'm just saying, like, last time you pissed off a pirate, they kidnapped you and blew up a factory, so...
Well, I think she's got a little bit more of a level head than him, though.
Yeah, I mean, I would. Yeah, I hope so.
Look, we're giving her some money. That's probably more than she expects.
Yeah, I mean, no, fair enough. And like, in fairness, the last guy, we blew up 2 of his ships, so I get it. I'm just, I defer to you here, man. You're the captain.
Yeah, exactly. All right. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna wire the Banshee 2 creds with an IOU note.
Okay. I would like an action roll from Crash on this.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with Consort. I think that makes the most sense. I haven't gotten to use that yet.
There you go.
Sure. Give me a consort roll. Position and effect don't super matter here. So just risky standard.
But they are deadly and limited.
I don't suppose you got a devil's bargain for me.
No, I just want this to be a pure skill roll.
All right, well, I don't have much in this, but it's not nothing. So at least we're not getting disadvantage. Well, yeah, Crash rolled a 6.
You son of a bitch. Okay, fine. I am so nice to you guys. You send 2 credits and an IOU and winky emoji. And
which is actually a double entendre because I lost an eye.
Yes.
And because you are so good at consorting, and because of your pre-existing relationship with the Banshee, I don't like it, but I accept it. And you're so cheap. You
can't ask for a die roll if you're not going to accept it. You must respect the laws of the game.
This also surely counts as experience. Do we get experience, right? Because this is keeping within character.
We need to talk about XP. Oh my god. Yeah. Sorry. Give me 1 sec.
Take your time. I just realized this definitely counts as staying within my values.
Yeah, so what I'm gonna say happens is the Banshee accepts your apology, accepts your payment. I think doesn't have any confidence that she will ever see that remaining 2 credits, but like at least you did something in her mind. So I am going to say that effectively gets rid of your previous bad status with the Maelstrom, because in fiction that was so focused on Thorn, and Thorn is no more, and now you have made things square with the Banshee. So I'm going to reset you back to 0 status, and I'll even give you 1 status with them back. So you're up to a +1 with them.
All right.
You also are going to get +1 status with Conclave 01, and you're going to lose 1 status with the Scarlet Wolves for that job.
Fuck those guys anyway. New mortal enemies.
Yeah, no, fuck those guys. Those guys suck.
Also, you have to decide whether you are going to pay
upkeep.
I thought it was going to be 2 creds for you, but I guess it's not. It's still only 1 cred. Are you going to pay?
I thought it was 2.
That's what I thought too, but it is.
You made us pay 2 creds last time. You're a cheat.
The game master owes us a cred.
Because it's the sum of your various ship qualities divided by 4, rounded down, and I thought you were at an 8 total, but according to your character sheet, I'm only seeing 7. So I guess it's only a 1 cost still. Listeners, if you know I'm wrong, write in.
Well, yeah, but the thing is, if you're wrong, it's probably because we didn't mark something, and so we just lose that power. So it kind of works out.
Yeah, it evens out. So are you going to pay 1 cred for upkeep?
Oh, yeah, if it's 1 cred, I think we could manage that.
Yeah, we could do that.
So we get 5 left.
Do the shields count? Is that what it was?
I might have added the shields in before, but they shouldn't count. I don't believe. So upkeep is paid. Let's talk real quick about XP. Like, let's keep this lightning fast, guys. Who's marking XP in for what?
I'm marking XP for that thing that just happened.
I'm gonna mark 1 XP for generally trying to stay on the up and up and work with these guys.
I expressed my beliefs, drive, and heritage because it was a Cypher's mission. Cypher got to force the team to do robot stuff.
Sounds good. You've all earned XP. Next stage of downtime is heat. That job was in the Breck system. So you're going to get some heat in Breck.
Breck that back, am I right?
Shut the fuck up.
I think that was a standard contained exposure job. So that is going to be 2 heat in Breck, which is not enough to increase your wanted level.
Nice.
We're getting better at this, guys.
Yeah, you were kind of like out in the desert and nothing got too crazy.
Getting shot at by snipers.
Yeah.
It wasn't like loud explosions. They were just loud sniper rifles.
So that was not enough to increase your wanted level, but you did already have a wanted level of 1 in Breck. So we are going to roll on the entanglements chart for the wanted level 1 results. Somebody give me a single fortune roll to see what entanglement pops up.
We got a 5, Mike.
Okay, a 5 is something called reprisals, which I don't think we've done before. Let's see what that says.
I don't like the sound of it.
I kind of like the sound of it.
Oh, this might have been what happened last time. An enemy faction moves against you or yours. Pay them 1 cred per tier. Allow them to mess with you or fight back. If you have no faction with negative status, you avoid entanglements right now. So that's what happened last time with the Banshee showing up on MAM. So
Great.
Another faction that doesn't like you is going to mess with you in some way. There are 7 factions with negative.
What? 7 whole factions don't like us? We're such cool guys.
That seems a little low.
I am going to pick one randomly.
With your D7.
Yeah, my physical D7.
The power of technology.
After you guys leave Shemaya and you go to Pyrolock and then you leave there, where do you think you are going to go immediately?
So hold on. That is a good question. Where would we go immediately? I mean, we just give them the message that, hey, you can build your robots here now, right? Like, surely we don't have to. So then we're going to be, what's the name of the planet that the Engineers Guild's on again?
SB176, which is in the Rin system.
Yeah, it is not a planet. It's like
It's like an asteroid?
yeah, it's an asteroid that their like corporate headquarters is located on.
Well, then, since that's in Rin, we should go to the Cove because they make the best pirate eyes.
Should we spend all our money in the Cove after not giving them money?
Well, they just...
Yeah, let's do it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it's a bad idea, but like for sure, like, you know.
If she approaches us, I'll just point at the eye socket and she'll probably be like, all right.
You'd be like, hey, I'm a pirate just like you guys.
You guys go from the Iota system back to the Rin system. You land on the Cove. And as you are walking around the Cove and getting ready for your various downtime activities, Cypher, you are accosted by a group of Echo Wave Riders.
Ooh, you fuckers.
They're wearing their, shiny, racing jumpsuits. They've got the coolest sunglasses on. And they're like stopping you in the hall of the Cove. And one sort of like is starting to like shove you around, and one like gets you in a headlock and starts giving you a noogie. Like they're full on just bullying you, Cypher.
Yeah, stop it.
Give it back. Give me the backpack
Oh my
back.
god.
Stop throwing it between you guys. I can't
And you
reach.
hear a voice as this is happening.
Oh no.
Well, look who it is, walking around the cove, if it isn't my favorite Urbot, Cypher.
Well, I wish I could say the same about you, but you're not my favorite anything.
Ooh.
And stepping into the light is, of course, Choss.
Charles. You make me sick.
And he dramatically flicks off his sunglasses.
It's so dark in here. Why were you wearing those?
Because they look cool, Cypher. Not that you would understand anything about that. And all the Echo Wave riders laugh at you.
Damn it, he was right. Shit, they did look cool.
Here's what's going to happen, Urbot. You're going to give us your lunch money.
No, I worked hard for this lunch money. Get your own.
Oh dear god.
And in this context, lunch is, of course, the name of a game that you are going to gamble on. So you have a choice. You can either pay them credits equal to their tier. For the Echo Wave riders, that would be 2, so you could pay them 2 credits. You could just allow them to mess with you and sort of win this interaction, or you can try and fight back, whatever you think that might mean to you, Cypher.
Which to choose? Which to choose? I'd like to fight back.
Fighting back, of course, would potentially have consequences.
Yeah, I would like to fight back.
How do you think you do so?
I think that Cypher gets bullied for a little bit, and then they see one of the cool looking pirates start snickering at them, and is like, well, we can't have this. Like, Choss and their friends, whatever. Cool people can't laugh at me. And then Cypher just like, they're like fucking with Cypher, and Cypher's eyes just go like a scarlet red and have like an angry scowl to him. And Cypher punches one in the face and like grabs their gun out of their holster and like starts aiming it at Choss and the other people. And then I think that's when everyone around starts like being like, whoa, you can't threaten people like that in the code.
Yeah, that is against the rules. Give me an action roll to represent this.
I think I'm going to go with command here.
I think that makes a ton of sense with what you described. Give me a risky standard command roll.
Pew. That's a 4.
Okay, a 4 is you do it, but there's a consequence. So you pull you pull a gun out of a pirate's holster, and everybody's immediately like, whoa. So, Choss is like, whoa, Cypher, we were just messing around. You got to relax, dude.
I fucking hate this guy.
Oh, you think you gotta relax? Who do you think's in control here?
and the Echo Waves riders disperse into the crowd, running away. Some of the pirates of the cove sort of like hold you back, and somebody takes the pistol away from you, and you see Choss absolutely terrified.
That's right. Run away, you pansies. That's right. You can't take on the Phoenix 13.
Oh my god.
Just pure cowardice on Choss's face as he disappears into the crowd. The consequence of that I'll reveal at the end of the episode.
Oh, dear God.
I think Cypher gets back to the base and their head is just constant smoke right now.
Let's fucking go, dude.
It's getting worse.
And so now we move on to your downtime activities. I really want to encourage you guys to get like as crazy as you want with these. Feel free to like go, wherever you want in the Procyon sector, talk to whatever NPCs you want to talk to. This is your last downtime.
First things first. Last episode, you did something unforgivable.
What was that?
You caused damage to our beautiful, classic vehicle that we stole from these very Echo Wave riders.
That's true, yeah.
I would like to try and fix it.
For sure. So you will spend your first downtime activity trying to fix the classic motorbike. If you recall, you Crash, in fact, like resisted the consequence of it being destroyed. So I think when you're doing inspections on it now, you realize it's not in terrible shape. Like it's not even in as bad shape as it was when you first got it from the Echo Wave riders.
But it's not in perfect shape.
Yeah, it's not in perfect shape. But repairing it is not going to be as big a deal as it was initially. So we're just going to use the regular repair activity for downtime.
Okay.
Which is normally used for ship systems that take damage. But I think we'll just use the same rule here. And that is when you take the repair action, spend 1 cred and clear 1 damage. So I think if you spend 1 cred, you basically get the baby, the classic, working in perfect condition again.
Worth it.
Feel free to describe the repair montage if you so choose.
I think it's honestly mostly polishing. I think after probably an hour or two, Gorpheus is like, oh, it's brand new. And then Cypher spends another couple days.
Jerry comes over with some special wax.
Cypher is like making sure Gorpheus isn't around when he pays him way too much.
Sparkles is like, oh, I see Jerry's back.
Sparkles, don't start this again. You know Jerry has the best stuff.
I fucking forgot about Sparkles. Wait, did his accent change?
I don't know.
I'm pretty sure it did.
Very good. How about Crash? You had something in mind for downtime, right?
Yeah, Crash wants to go shopping for eyeballs.
Yeah, you got shot in an eye, and you need that replaced, huh?
Yeah, so he wants to find the best options. He's probably going to do a little bit of shopping around. So I imagine there's a literal eyeball joint.
Oh, totally.
Maybe they have other limbs and organs too, but he's on the eyeball section. Scoping them out, see if there's any good matches. You got to check for both color and size. Some people have got pretty big ones.
Oh, can you get glow in the dark eyes?
Yeah, I mean, there's probably if they've got one in your size, but there's a lot of this serves a lot of different species, not just humans.
They're just trying to upsell you. It's
but...
actually, you could get a third eye, and it's a game changer. Let me tell you.
Yeah. Then if you lose one, you've still got the 2 anyway.
Yeah, there is an eye specialty store that has cybernetic and vat grown organic eyes out the wazoo, all kinds, all shapes, all sizes, all colors, yeah, whatever you could imagine. They've got eyes for you. And that's their slogan. We've got eyes for you.
Nice.
Well, I think eventually Crash decides the idea of putting somebody else's eye in his head is a little too gross for him. So he goes with a robot eye.
What do you think this robot eye looks like?
It's got like a green laser sight that he can turn on and off.
Ooh, very cool. Yeah, so you are able to acquire a green laser robot eye, but of course you will need to get that installed, which will basically be your recovery activity.
Yes. So that's obviously I'm gonna go find somebody to do that.
You can do it yourself, you can have Gorpheus do it, or you can test your luck.
Hey, Captain. I'm super busy right now.
Since it's a robot eye, would that be a rig check?
No, because it still needs to go in a human skull.
Well, look. Before you do that, could you just do maybe a tiny bit of surgery for me? I mean, we did lose an eye doing that mission, which was, indirectly really just, for your mission.
Wait, are you saying it's my fault that you lost an eye?
No, I'm just saying, you could really maybe help me out because we were only there to create a robot army so that we could invade that place that you want to invade.
Yeah, Gorpheus, it's kind of your fault.
Yeah, you're vaguely on track, and this mostly follows. But I would point out that you still owe me for that time that you very specifically, directly blew up my arm. So,
You're right, Gorpheus. I never did say I'm sorry for that. And I am.
No, it's okay, Captain. Obviously, it's totally fine. I'm gonna help you with your eye.
Thank you.
So Gorpheus, you will roll your doctor skill to perform surgery on Crash and install this new eye.
Okay. That's a 6.
Ooh, fantastic. So Crash, you will start a 6-segment recovery clock, and you will mark 3 segments of that. So halfway to having a fully installed laser eye. As of right now, it's just sort of dangling inert out of your eye socket.
Okay.
Zach, I want to stick with you here. Do you want to spend another downtime activity recovering?
100%.
I figured you would. So let's just get the eye situation resolved. Sticking with Gorpheus, you trust him?
Oh yeah, my trusted doctor. Even though he's definitely not going to roll 6 twice. That's fine. We're just going to spend money.
Oh no. I rolled a 3.
You can spend 2 creds to turn that into a 6 and call it a day.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I think that's what you have to do.
that's totally what I'm doing.
Okay, so 2 downtime and 2 creds later. Crash, you have a fully installed robot eye. You can remove all the harm that you currently have. Your shoulder wound gets treated during this time as well. And you are now part machine.
Wow. Cypher, we're blood brothers.
Oh, hell yeah! I've seen that one. That has Bluetooth. We can listen to the same songs.
Oh, you got to show me how to connect to your speakers.
Just look up real quick so I can see what your Wi-Fi code is.
Crash, you have not figured out all of the settings yet. The subtitles are on and you can't figure out how to turn them off.
Subtitles.
Plus, they're in Spanish.
Everything's got that like motion blur that you see on your like parents' TVs and have to turn off for them.
I'm still figuring out the kinks. I mean, have you seen the instruction manuals these things come with? Because I haven't. They actually didn't have any at the bootleg store I went to.
Nice.
I was hoping you could download one.
You've got a memish weather report stuck in picture. So Crash is going to need to spend some time figuring out how the new hardware works. What would Gorpheus like to do?
So Gorpheus has a bunch of stuff he'd like to do. He'd like to get some of his stress gone. He'd like to fix his core injury. But as a primary, what he's going to do is he wants to do more of this studying of the agony.
Yeah. Try and figure out how you can get out of this deal that you've made, right?
Yeah, kind of better understand the deal and like, yeah, if there's a way to get out of it. It seems like the agony is not cool. Technically, I don't know a lot about them other than they're crazy, creepy monsters and that allegedly are very murdery. They tried to murder us for sure. So
Not a good sign.
yeah, not a good sign. There's a way to do this in a not super murdery way. That'd be nice, but not super expecting that.
So we can continue working on this long-term project that we started. That was a 6-segment clock that you started. How many segments do you have on that?
I have one segment on that.
Just one segment. Okay. So you've still got some work to do if you want to get that figured out before, you have to start your next job. How do you think you can go about advancing this project?
My obvious things to do would probably to link up with somebody who is very knowledgeable in all things way. And if for some reason I knew people who knew a lot about Lovecraftian monstrosities, that'd be dope too. But I don't think I know anyone like that. So my head goes to Hicks, the mystic goods supplier, or obviously Lasaya. So
You're a bra, Raheem.
you know what? I didn't even get the impression, like, he just seems like a douche. I don't think he knows anything. Like, I don't know. Like, if I felt like he would know something, I'd be all about it. But I just...
Well, you should hit up Kulak. He knows everything.
I did think about Kulak as well, actually, because that's another one where it's like, no, brass tacks, all right? Who might be able to help? So I'd probably reach out to these folks and see, probably earring on the side of Lasaya, because I would expect her to be the most helpful, but I would reach out to all these folks and see if they can help me, especially because I suck at studying.
When you reach out to your contacts and you like explain what you are trying to do and what you need help with, all of them are willing to help you out however they can. So who do you go with?
Oof. Okay.
Your girlfriend?
Well, it seems like an obvious choice, right? Because she has knowledge of the way. But then that's the thing. I'm wondering, am I overlooking something with Kulak? I mean, isn't he just a marine biologist? But is his skill in biology going to be super helpful here?
Dumb, I don't think much is going to change. You can just
I'll go with Lasaya.
say what you want.
Hey, I just want to be strategic, guys.
So do you think you fly back to Mem?
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, so Gorpheus takes a little solo trip to Mem, returns to the that great big blue watery planet we all know and love. And you link back up with Lasaya, who is super happy to see you. And you get into some hot and heavy action in the library doing research.
Hell yes.
So give me an action roll to represent your working on this project, and you can give yourself a bonus die for bringing Lasaya into this to help you.
Ideally not study. That's why I wanted help. So I want to go with sway because I was reaching out to people to help me study because I'm not good at it.
Okay. If you think this is basically more like Lasaya doing your homework for you,
Okay, that does make it sound really bad.
rather than you doing it yourself, then I guess sway works.
I mean, sway could be funny. I'm going to stick with sway. I think that's funny.
So we cut to Gorpheus just like eating chips in the library as Lasaya is doing all the research.
I think Gorpheus is like, skimming books and stuff and talking. He's just
Sure he is.
not very...
He's like, ooh, this one's got a good title. Here, you should read this one.
Dom, you made the choice that Gorpheus is not studying.
I did not allocate a lot of stuff to insight. I'm not going to lie.
Look, she probably just appreciates the company, right?
Right? Well, okay, it helps. It's not... Okay, I don't feel great about this. Okay, I'm rolling, but I don't feel good about this.
Oh, I'm sure he offers to get her water and shit sometimes.
Obviously, but like, don't like, you don't have to... It doesn't feel good.
You really are your captain's crewmate.
Roll a 5.
A 5. So you can go ahead and mark 2 segments of that long-term project clock.
God fucking son.
Here's what you can do, though. You can pay 2 credits to increase that to a critical and get 5 segments.
Yeah, I'm gonna do that.
Okay, you guys are burning through those creds. Probably a good thing I was so nice to you about the partial payment.
Yeah, right. You like... Well, I'll take it.
Yep, that is 7 of 8 we have spent.
And so, Gorpheus, as you are sitting in the library on Mem, eating weird space snacks, and letting Lasaya do all the research.
The lion's share, but like, I do some research. I'm not like totally useless.
You do some cursory work to say that you did. I get it.
Okay.
Dom, you rolled sway. You were useless.
Lasaya's not gonna like tell the teacher on you. She's gonna do it.
Sway is the person who decides to give the presentation instead of doing the work.
Okay. Whilst I understand this, I literally need... Okay. You know what? It's fine. Next time I'll just try to meditate on it and see what happens.
Or you could just roll the skill that like should be used.
If I wasn't gonna roll well, it was gonna be bad. I rolled bad anyway.
So you're saying that you're like a metagamer that is trying to
No,
min-max.
I actually think it fits Scorpius to have just been hanging around.
I just, I gotta do what makes sense for my character.
And so
I'm just trying to play the character.
This is where we all find out Gorpheus is a bro.
Well, okay.
Well, look, he brought snacks.
Lasaya has not had any of the snacks. That's all
They're right there. She can
She
have the
actually
snacks
doesn't
at any
like
time.
barbecue flavored chips.
Oh, Gorpheus, I'm vegetarian. These are all like candied bacon.
I thought you were just like, it's actually got animal products in it. It's cooked with animal fat. But it's like, no, it's straight up. Just Gorpheus just got a bunch of meat. It's like, here's some sausages, some candied bacon. I've actually got a pork
He actually
spread
brought
right
a
here.
whole meat tray, a whole just cold cuts.
You haven't even touched the meat
Yeah, and
platter.
Gorpheus is just like, oh wait, no, there's lettuce all around. It's the garnish, but like, you could eat that.
I think this is a piece of parsley.
Yeah, see, that's like a full piece of parsley.
This is a part of the Kraken we killed.
Nice.
Gorpheus, that's incredibly radioactive. You shouldn't eat that.
No, it's totally normal. I've got psychomagnetic powers.
The
like
ways of
cancels it out.
purify has a way of purifying
Oh,
things.
it does. I mean, don't overestimate it, but it absolutely does.
And so eventually, Lasai is like, Gorpheus, I think I found something.
But wait, what? What did you find?
And she puts a big dusty tome right in front of you, just sending like dust motes flying in the air as it hits the desk. This is a very, very old text. This is from the hegemonic mother's personal collection, but I think this might be relevant. And she points to a passage about something called psionic bargains. And as you read about psionic bargains, it sounds exactly like what you and Noro of the Agony have entered into. The two parties of a psionic bargain are inextricably linked. The one will know exactly when and if the bargain has been fulfilled or broken. The only way to escape a psionic bargain is death.
Okay. Cool.
Lasaya flips through the book to a later section that reveals a way ritual. Dangerous, difficult, likely not performed in quite some time. You don't even know for sure if it would be possible. The instructions are there for a ritual to instill way death into a creature and a way to reverse it. And she looks at you both nervously but also curious and excited. And she says, Gorpheus, do you understand?
I think I do understand. Wait, it induces way death, and you said something about reversing it.
Yes. Way death. It would completely sever you from the way. It would briefly end your life. But there's also a way to undo that, to bring you back exactly as you are. And Gorpheus, if you would be willing to do this, we could get you out of the psionic bargain.
No, yeah, I mean, that's for sure good. That's good. It's cool. It's just when it's reversing, I'll be back just the way I am, right? Like all the cool magical powers and psychomagnetism, right? It's like that part's not forever, right? It's right.
And she looks down nervously away from you. I don't know for certain. The text says exactly as they were in life, but it is hard for me to believe that one could go through that entirely unchanged. Because I believe in doing this kind of thing, all cards on the table, here's what I'll tell you, Dom. That basically, if you perform this ritual, you will end the psionic bargain. You will not be held to it. Noro will only detect that you are dead. And you, as a dead person, you would not be able to fulfill the bargain that you've performed. And that when you come back, the bargain will be gone, and Nora will be none the wiser. The cost of this is that you will have to mark a trauma.
Oh. Yeah. Okay. Interacting with the gameplay for sure. How long does it say the process would take?
Yeah, let's call it a full other downtime activity. But I'm also going to make it like a challenge that, the other members of the party will have to engage and interact with. And if things go poorly, you might have to mark a second trauma as well.
Ooh, man. Catching up to Cypher real quick today.
Geez, I guess, yeah, you got to set it up. Well, I mean, you almost died, or got early retired last session, so.
Yep, but I didn't, and now I'm harm-free.
Gorpheus has some, major risk to his character, And I think he would feel that way, regardless of what this text says. And, Lysia seems unsure, but it does seem like the only way to get out of this psionic bargain. So how does Gorpheus feel about that?
I think Gorpheus definitely feels really uneasy and uncomfortable just about the idea of even temporarily to any extent severing his connection with the way, because it definitely ties a lot into his identity and his sense of reality. So not being connected and even going through a short death, it feels like a really creepy concept to jump into.
Mm-hmm.
But since it doesn't feel like it's confirmed, Gorpheus, I think, is an oblivious, he'll throw himself into sort of obliviousness if it helps him just have an optimistic outlook a little bit, hanging out with these goof heads, and Gorpheus being the goof head that he is. I think he just looks for reinforcement from the guys and is like, hey, so there's this cool ritual thing we could do and get me out of that. Captain, remember when we were talking about that, when I talked to that creepy guy?
Oh, how could I forget? Haunts my nightmares.
So I got a way to maybe get out of that deal. And, it's like, maybe I could lose my powers is a possible thing. It's mostly, I think I have to die a little bit. It doesn't seem like a big deal. It seems like I'm supposed to come back and the deal is gone. So it should work. Just wanted to get your input.
So the idea is that we temporarily kill you, bring you back to life, and then afterwards the curse is gone.
Yeah, kind of.
Gorpheus, if killing you gets rid of the curse, what if we take your brain and put it in a robot body? So your body dies, and then you get to live on forever, and then we're all kind of part robot.
Plus, you would have psychomagnetic powers over your own flesh.
Okay, so whilst I love the enthusiasm, this is not how it works. It's a psychic thing. It's a...
Yeah, your brain.
Yeah, well, no, but the fact is I have to go through this death experience for it to register, right? That I died on his end. So he needs to get that information downloaded, not that Like, if my brain is still alive, but it's also, I have to deal with the way psychic energies. So that actually needs to get dealt with. Does that make sense?
So you have to die and become a zombie?
What? No, it's if I died, that is going to reflect on the way constructs that we're kind of talking about.
And then we turn you into a zombie and bring you back.
Kind of the impression I'm getting, right? I mean, we're bringing you back to life, right?
Wait, why am I humoring this? I don't want to be a robot. No offense. I'm me. I want to be me.
No. I understand. I wouldn't want to lose all of my flesh either. Just the eye. And, well, I'd already lost it, so it's fine.
Okay. So, but you guys think this sounds like a good idea?
Well, I mean, do you know how to come back alive?
No, but it says it in the book.
Orpheus, you know he can't read.
Yeah, but anyway, kind of, it seems legit. So, Lysia wouldn't steer me wrong. She seemed optimistic about it.
You got this from a girl, huh?
What is that supposed to mean?
So Lysia wants to kill you and turn you into a zombie,
Okay, guys, it's not no, wait, what? A zombie? Why are we still on the zombie?
You're the one who brought up zombies.
I didn't bring up zombies. I brought up, I'm going to come back to life.
Are you thinking with your head, Gorpheus? And I mean the one between your shoulders.
Yes. I mean, kind of. I'm not thinking with the thing that you think I'm thinking with.
It's just that, look, if any love interest of mine ever asked me to kill myself, well, I'm not sure I'd listen.
Okay, wait, Kevin, I think with all due respect, it's like a totally different situation. Because if, you're talking with I just think it's a different situation. Okay, she's a wise person of the ways. She knows. She's a high member of the Seekers. All
right, look, Gorpheus, if this feels like the right decision, we'll support you. We'll have, defibrillators on standby. I'm sure that Cypher can just unscrew his hands and screw on some defibrillator hands.
I'll have a backup robot body for you just in case, Scorpius.
Perfect. And, all I know is that when somebody dies, you just hit them with the electricity and yell clear, and sometimes it works.
Wow, it's good to know I'm in good hands.
We'll try.
It sounds like you're set on this. So, Dom, where do you think Gorpheus would want to perform this ritual?
I think Gorpheus, realistically, just immediately, Gorpheus is trying to make this not the main thing. And he wants to just do this in the most totally cash way possible. So, yeah, he's just looking. It's if there's
just a nearby moon or something.
Yeah, just some chill place.
So Crash and Cypher host a party on the Phoenix 13.
This is your first death day.
And we have a death day party where everyone gets extremely hammered. And then at 12 the next day, we death him.
Yeah, so we get super hammered and wasted. We wake up the next day on the Phoenix 13 really early, and we just go for it.
Okay. So Lysia is there to help perform the mystical aspects of this ritual. Hungover, she lays you down on the kitchen table of the Phoenix 13. She holds your hands, Gorpheus. And she gives you a gentle kiss on the forehead. It'll be okay. I know what to do. Just think happy thoughts, Gorpheus. And it will be over soon.
Yeah, no problem. This is going to be easy. I'm not even worried. So,
just happy thoughts, Gorpheus. Don't think about stuff like Bobby O or all the mistakes you've made. Just happiness,
Yeah. Yeah. I don't even think about those guys anymore. So, it's good.
Yeah, just the good times, on the Phoenix 12 and 7. Those were really good years,
Those were good years.
And Lysia begins performing this ritual. She begins to speak in an occult tongue. And as she does so, the lights in the Phoenix 13 flicker. There's wind blowing inside the ship all around. Cypher, some of your mechanical mechanisms and Crash, your eyes start to flicker and feel strange. This is the most potent direct contact with the way that you have ever felt. And Gorpheus, you feel it so intensely, all at once. It's overwhelming. This warmth that is inferno hot at first in your chest, but it's pulling all the warmth from the rest of your body. And you realize it's not really in your core, it's not in your chest, it's in your shoulder. The shoulder with the green gem. And the gem is pulling all of your warmth, all of your energy, all of your connection to the way from the rest of your body and concentrating it in one place. And Gorpheus, it is the most painful thing you have ever experienced in your entire life. The rest of you can see Gorpheus's green crystal in his shoulder, the one normally covered by his little hand, which has gone limp. The crystal is cracking. And all of a sudden, it shatters. And Gorpheus, everything goes black. And that is the last thing you ever see in this, your first life. Lysia looks up at you, Cypher, and Crash. And you see that she is weeping. The strange way manifestations subside. And now she is just a weeping woman. And there's just a dead Xeno on your table. And Lysia tries to dry her tears. Okay. Now we have to bring him back. But before we do that, I said that there was a consequence we were going to see at the end of this week's.
I was hoping you'd forget about that.
I did. Gorpheus is dead. What are you doing?
We see Choss alone in a dark and dingy bar. We see in the far corner of the bar a bunch of Echo Wave riders that are pointing and laughing at him for another embarrassment at the hands of this Urbot that he seems so obsessed with, but can never best. And Choss is nursing a couple of drinks when two figures walk up behind him. Hey there, Choss. We've heard that you've had a hard time with a certain Urbot. And the other says, we've had some unpleasant experiences with him and his crew as well. I think we should work together. And Choss turns up and looks at Razor and Yor Bra Rahim. And that is where we will end this week's episode of Escape the Dungeon. Thank you for listening to Escape the Dungeon. Escape the Dungeon is created by Dom Brass, Nate Brass, Zach Brass, and Mike Cripps, with editing and original music by Tyler Nate. If you enjoyed this show, please consider subscribing and leaving a 5-star review on your favorite podcast app. To find us on social media, go to escapethedungeonpod.com.